Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Riff Kids Craft Corner. How is everyone doing? I am doing well. I am doing a different type of craft. So what I'm doing is, at the moment, I'm going to be hand sewing around here and sewing right across. I'm not sure if you guys are here. I'm on. Audie, you here? I'm on. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to sew around here. This part needs to be ironed on, but we'll be sewing. This is one of my sewing needles. I did bring my thimble. Right there. Isn't it a cute thimble? And I'll put it back in its little holder. I mean, I'll still crochet, but it's mostly going to be sewing. Because I think sewing would be fun. Gives me a little bit of a breather from the crochet. So, good morning, everyone. Welcome to Riff Kids Craft Corner. How is everyone doing? So, yeah, I'm going to be doing some sewing. Not sure anyone's going to come because this is usually my sewing or crochet area. But this one should go through pretty easy because I got one of those needles that's you go that way. So we did it. We're doing good. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this and this. And I'm going to hand sew first. Yeah. There we go. I'm going to hand sew first, guys, because that's one thing I always do is I like to hand sew. Okay, there we go. I do have a sewing machine, but it's one that I can't use right now in public eye. Still nobody. Well, let's just keep going. So I'm going to put this like right in the middle. I'm going to use my, I'm going to use this right here. And I'm going to put it right in the middle to show where I need to sew. Okay, that'll work. So yeah, I'm hand sewing this. I do plan on doing some crochet if I have enough time. But definitely hand sewing. It's just that's how I feel today. It's not anything against anybody. I still want to do crochet, but I need like a little bit of a change of not direction, but you know what I mean. Just need a little bit of a change. Okay, that goes there, and that goes there. So we're going to hand sew this gorgeous thing. It's for me to actually have room in the car. I'm tired of the seatbelt going against my neck. So I thought this would be a nice little change of pace. Just for a little bit. What do you think? I'll still go back to crocheting. It's just I needed that little change of pace. This won't take too long. Then we'll go back to crocheting. I need to hand sew this because I told myself I was going to actually have something a lot softer on my body than a seatbelt hurting my neck. That's why this part is going on, is because this is going to stiffen the item. This is going to stiffen the so when we are done, the part that's going to show up is this part right here, this gorgeous koalas. So that's my goal. So let's work on this. So we're going to start hand sewing this. And we'll start on this side. You know, I have it all pretty much even, so I wanted it to be big enough to see what I'm doing. So we're going to start right here, and then we're going to keep going. And you stay where I aim you. It's a change of pace, guys, but it's one that I wanted to do, and I needed to do because I'm tired of my shoulder getting nicked, or my neck getting nicked by the. Oh, give me a moment. It's one of those needles that is a self whatever you call it, is a self. Will you stop that? I'm talking to my camera. Stop moving away. So this is what you call a self. Will you stay where I aim you? Trying to keep it so this does not move too much. Okay, so anyways, I'm talking to my camera. After Sukkot, I plan on getting a new camera. So I'm a slow sewer, but at least it'll be completely done. And yes, it will have a what you call a I know what I'm trying to say here. Why is my words leaving me?
No clue.
It will have a... It'll come to me. Well, I have a few things I'm going to be adding to this. So it will have snaps, and the type of snaps I'll use is one you sew on. So sew on snaps. Okay, what's going on here? And why did you do that? Talking to my needle. And it will be, I would say, pretty much tight, so it does not come apart. So what we're doing right now, what? Stay on page. Am I being heard? I'm going to check something. Let me check. My video, my audio. No. Why? Okay, please tell me it's going now. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Refugees Craft Corner. How is everyone doing? I am doing a hand sewing jobby, and then I might do some crochet. But first thing I want to do is a hand going jobby. I want to get this gorgeous, it's called a seatbelt cover adjuster, because I don't like having the seatbelt going against my neck. When it goes against my neck, it likes leaving a rash-like structure. So I was thinking, well, seatbelt cover. So for some odd reason, every time I try and start the videos and stuff, my lovely little Nano does not want to work. I had to turn it on because it says it's not doing an output. It's doing input, but it's not doing an output. So I don't know if you guys could hear me or not, but now you can, I hope. But I'm hand making one of those seatbelt, it's not a seatbelt cover, it's one of those seatbelt adjusters. You see them on in eBay and stuff. Well, I'm like, why should I have to pay for their seatbelt adjuster when I can make my own? Don't you agree? And that's an easy little project. There. Okay, I don't know what's going on with the thread. It's not. Okay. So we're making a seatbelt adjuster. Now, a seatbelt adjuster is basically, I can get you a picture of one so you can see what I'm talking about. But it basically goes on the seatbelt. It's sometimes used for kids, but I'm going to be using it for myself. Why I'm using it for myself is because I don't like those seatbelts hitting my neck. I'm sure you guys know what that's all about. For right now, I am going to fix this down so it can stop moving around on me. I got these cute new little pins right there. Isn't it cute? Cute little pins. So, yeah, seatbelt adjuster. Okay, we're going to hold this in place. And this one, just so it's not in the way, but it does not That works. Now it holds it in place. So what I'm doing here is I'm hand sewing or hand stitching my seatbelt adjuster stitches. Reason why I'm making this is because I'm tired of having a seatbelt being against my neck. Has that ever happened to you before? Where you have a seatbelt against your neck, like right against your neck and scraping against your neck. Well, I have that problem. Right here. So we're going to start right here. Then we're going to flip it over. And then we're going to do it on the other side. But I think a seatbelt adjuster, and it's going to be a cute little koala seatbelt adjuster. So I think that'll be kind of cute. Very good base for Australia, wouldn't you agree? A koala. So right now I just want to do it on this side first. Then we'll work on the other side. Now I can actually really do this without it being transformed. So yeah, I'm making a seatbelt adjuster because I know for a fact I hate seatbelts going against my neck. Absolutely hate it. We don't have one of those seatbelt adjusters. So I was like, I want to make a seatbelt adjuster. So that's what I'm going to be doing. Maybe one of these days I'll make a handmade bonnet. Wouldn't that be kind of cool? You know, a head bonnet. So just making sure I have it. Okay. Uh-huh. Okay, you can go out of that thing there. So what I just did here is I sewed from here to here. I'm doing what you call a whip stitch. And this whip stitch is one that's great for basically getting it all set up. Now, I'm not sure I have enough yarn. I have plenty of yarn, but what I mean is I might get to about right here, and then I'll get a new amount of yarn. Let me see. So I'm doing a different video, but I'm making a, like I said, a seatbelt adjuster. I'm wondering if anyone else has those problems where the seatbelt is just rubbing against your neck. Because mine does. Told Jeff, I need to make a seatbelt adjuster. My old one got destroyed. And I will make a special type of setup where I'll show you that too. This is not going too bad. I think I did pretty good for from here to here in a short amount of time. Like I said, I apologize that you guys didn't hear me. It seems like every time I try and do restream, It just does not do the output. It does the input, no problem. It does not do the output. There we go. So yeah, that's one thing I've been wanting to do is one of these days I would love to learn how to cross stitch. That would be kind of cool. Okay, this got stuck. That's not good. What's going on? Got it. Now the needle I'm using is one that's called a self, what is it called? Where are you? A self-threading needle. That's the word I want to say. There we are. As you can tell, it's self-threaded. So it's a self-threading needle. I like self-threading needles. Once in a while, the self-threading needle decides to not go through. So you have to be careful when you're sewing through this area. So I'm making a seatbelt holder. Well, not really seatbelt holder, but a seatbelt adjuster. Handmade. Sometimes you just don't have the money for even $4 you don't have, but you have material. You have a sewing needle. You have thread. And I don't mind doing it. And sometimes it just doesn't want to go through. I would say this is about the third time I had to put this up back on its needle. It is a self-threading needle. Yep, self-threading. Self-threading needle. But I don't know if anyone else has problems with their seatbelts, but me, I do. My seatbelt loves rubbing against my neck. Like really loves it. And I'm talking about it's the upper part that loves rubbing against my neck. So I'm going to aim it so you can see what I'm doing. So this is called a seatbelt. This is called a seatbelt there we go. Might look for a different needle just because it keeps wanting to unhook. Half camera is bowing to you. Yeah, I noticed that. Camera loves to bow to me. And it wants to move, by the way, the camera does. It's weird. So we're right now doing a self. So you have to be very careful on how you sew with a self threading needle. Meaning it's threaded by itself. And this is what I'm talking about. There we go. So we got this part right here done. We have this part right here, from here to here done. Yeah, I'm trying to go as even as possible because, you know, you have to be even when you're making your... And I want it to be tight. I don't want it to be where it'll come apart easy. So what I'm making, and I'll show you, I have the pattern. Okay, this is called a checkout. It's for when you put on your seatbelt. There's a seatbelt right here. You put this on and it holds the seatbelt away from your neck. You fix it. You push this like over into the middle or something. Here, what I mean is you push this. You can push this over to the middle right here. It pulls the seatbelt away from your neck. It goes right over your shoulder. That is what I'm making. Now, I cut the thing, as you can tell. This is what it looks like. And when it's sewn, it'll be put together like this, but mine will have snaps right here and here. So, that's my plan. We'll see how it turns out. I hope it turns out good. But yeah, that's what I'm working on right now. So, just thought I would show you exactly what I'm making. Even my husband says sometimes he doesn't even like it sometimes. Do you, dear?
I don't even like what sometimes, dear.
The seatbelt rubbing against your neck. Although you don't get that, but I do.
Not usually, no. It has to be very unusual for me to actually have a problem where it rubs against my neck.
But mine does, doesn't it? You've seen it.
Mm-hmm.
So
you have obstructions in the way of the seatbelt that I don't have, dear.
yeah, I have
Did I use the word carefully?
Yeah, he did. He is very good words.
2 obstructions, in fact.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought you would like to see me make one of these things because that will help. This will help in the long run. Stop moving that camera. You're moving my camera.
Me?
Yes.
The camera is wobbling.
Yes, it is. Can't. So, yeah. It swivels. So, anyways, this is what I'm making. I thought it would be a good little breather from all the it's a little bit of a breather from the crochet I do. Yeah, I'm watching my hand too. And I'm going so slow because this is a Yeah, I'm taking a breather from the snowflakes. I need to need to and I was like, well, what do I have that I can work on that's just as important? And I'm like, well, I need to make this because every time I get into the car and I try and put on the seatbelt, it keeps, and again, do I like the self threading needle? Meh. I can take it or leave it. But it's the only needle I could find at the time. Oh yeah, this is definitely very helpful in the long run. It'll hold it in place. The main reason I have that on holding is so when I iron it down, it'll hold in place, and then I'm also gonna sew right in the middle once I turn it. But I had to turn it. But at the moment, I'm just trying to get this done. And sometimes when you don't have a sewing machine, remember, yeah, true, unnecessary. Although I have a threader too. I have one of these unique type of threaders. You use this side right here for the little needles. And especially if your eyesight is going a little awry, it's nice to have that self-threading needle. But one thing I'm going to tell you about self-threading needles, they get stuck pretty easy. And when I get done with this project, I definitely will put it on Instagram and on Facebook. And we will change the thread shortly because the thread is almost empty. Okay, now we're on the last bit, and I think I'll just go under this. Take this right here. Tighten it like that. Again. Do that. Take it like this. Do it like that. Did you get stuck? And that finishes the thread off. And then you take your new scissors. By the way, these are my new scissors. I've been holding off on using them. And that finishes that off. And there's the thread we're done with that. Now, you see, this thread, I thought I made it big enough, but whatever. It usually comes off. Yeah, I got it. Okay. So that takes care of that, and we'll go to the next one. I'm using a blue thread. I'm going about that much. I might go for a different needle. So just give me a moment to see if I have any type of needle that's a thin needle. I think this would work. I don't want to use teeny tiny. I think that would work. It's thin enough. And it'll go through. I have a lot of needles here. But yeah, this one's a little bit more cantankerous. I think I'll use it for something else later on. I do like the self whatever you call it needle. But I will tell you, it can be cantankerous. Very cantankerous. And I have one of these other needles. So that's good, right? Right. So I have this needle right here. It's a darning needle, but it should work, I think. And it's much easier to put in through the thing, and I can finish it. That'll be good. Okay. There we go. Be right back. I'm checking one more thing just for a second. And you can go ahead and see my my thing. But I need to see if I can find a different type of needle. Actually, that's not a needle. No. This is my glitters and stuff. Oh, there's my interlinear scriptures. Wonder where they went. A sewing kit. Woohoo! We have a sewing kit here. It's my favorite sewing kit. It's a flower. Has a little butterfly on it. See if I can find a sewing needle. I think I found a sewing needle. Yeah. Found a sewing needle. Yep, I found one. I'll put the sewing kit down there. But I just wanted to show you the sewing kit. So, yay! I got the sewing needle. But yeah, after I'm done with this, then I'll go do snowflakes. I think that would be pretty good. What do you think? So we'll put you there. Now, I have a threader. I just showed you the threader. Sometimes you need to have your threader to help you, especially if your eyesight's a little off. Okay, so the thread pulls it through and it's done. At least this time, I know for a fact that the thread now how I make the knot. How I make the knot is I take my finger, I hold this down right there, 1, 2, 3 twists, pull through the knot, and it makes a knot. Nice and simple little knot. Now we're going back to this. Let's start like right in the middle right here. Good. And there we go. We're back to hand sewing. So that's pretty good. And the needle's not coming off. That's a good thing, right? Right. Nice and tight. And there you go. Nice and tight.
Out.
What fell?
Nothing fell. Got my leg temporarily, or foot rather, temporarily tangled in one of the cords in the fall. Nearly dragging the old heater over with me, but you know, didn't actually fall.
Okay, now I'm wearing my thumb thimble, just in case. Oh, Nope, it's a thimble. And it just prevents my hands from being stuck with a needle. So, what do you think? How do you like the idea of this being the video today? Let's just change the pace. Really is a change of pace. So what we're doing here is we're trying to get it so it stays in place. My scissors can go there. This can go right up here. And this can go right here and hold it in place. And you can stop doing this, getting off a page. So, yeah, I've been talking to Jeff. I needed to make one anyway, so it was like, let's get a change of pace today. I never knew what thimbles were for. I'm finding out that they're the best thing alive to prevent your fingers from getting stuck. So we're getting it done. It's little threads. You want to do little threads all the way up. Make certain you're not over it or under it. Little threads. And you're getting quite a bit done. And you keep going. Little threads. But this is just to make certain it's nice and tight in the middle. So this is how far I've gone. I went from here all the way up to here. I'm hoping to get right to the middle right here. With this thread. That's where I wanted it. So as long as I make it like this, I can take and snip little bits on the outside. So it'll be easy to do the turning. I'm normally doing the snowflakes, but right now I'm just taking a two. You know, I do a lot of snowflakes as it is, and I'm planning on trying to finish off that set of snowflakes. I have 22 snowflakes now that it has the border around them, which is good. Trust me when I say that. It's very good. Yom Kippurim is this Friday evening. Evening, not daytime. And so Friday evening to Saturday evening. It's in Australia I'm talking about. And I think in Israel too. Israel's going through a lot right now. Feel so sad for Israel right now. So what we're going to do is we're going to keep going until I am close to no thread. That's what my goal is. But this will be good for when I'm putting it on the thing. Now the reason why I did not do the bottom part is I want to be able to turn it over. And this is going to be the bottom part. This is going to be the top. So, yeah. That's what's going on there. The top is the part where it has the cute little koalas. And the koala pattern, I can show you real quick. The koala pattern, just give me a moment and I'll get you the koala pattern. That's small enough. The koala pattern is this right here. Wouldn't that be cute? That's a koala pattern that I have. That's going to go right in this section right here to hold the seatbelt adjuster. So, what do you think? I think I did pretty good choosing the koala pattern. So you want to go wrong sides to wrong sides. So you don't want to have right sides to right sides when you're sewing this together. You want to have your wrong sides to wrong sides. So now it's time to put this okay, I'm taking a 2-minute breather from that out. And you are going right there. So what we're going to do is we're going to put this part on this side now. This part right here. Oh, I hope he has a blessed day. So I'm right now making a seatbelt adjuster. Seatbelt adjuster is so your neck, so when you have this on your it's like for children, they don't like having the seatbelt right against their neck. Well, I don't like having the seatbelt against my neck. So I'm making a seatbelt adjuster. And I'm hand making it by hand sewing it. I don't technically have I have a sewing machine, yes, but I just don't have a whole lot of room. And right in here, I wouldn't even be able to do any sewing for you guys to see how to do it, you know. So there's the setup for finishing this off. So we got this right here. And we are making a seatbelt adjuster. So what I'm doing here is I'm doing this part, and then I'm going right here. And I'll have this done shortly. We'll go back to our regularly scheduled program of crocheting snowflakes. But right now, we're doing a seatbelt adjuster. And like I said, this is for anyone. This is there we go. Will you stop getting cut? Thank you. Wow. Wow. Okay, here we go. We got it. Yay. So we're going to take this and we're going to tighten it against that. Then we're going to go again. And we're going to go under here and we're going to tighten it against that. I sometimes want to do it a second time, but this time in a different spot just to make certain it stays nice and tight. And do it again, nice and tight. And as you can tell, I just got this whole section right here done. So I went from here all the way around to here. Now what my goal is as long as this part right here needs to be ironed down. Sadly, I don't have an iron in here to iron it down, or I would iron it down. Or I could iron it down. Jeff, could you bring that iron in here? And I could probably just iron it down like this.
How are you going to heat it up? Is it meant to be heated up?
Yeah, it has to be heated up.
I'm not sure how you're going to work it then.
And that finishes that part right there. So now we're going to switch and get more. So I first want to get this part done. Then this has to be ironed down. Once this is ironed down.
You put a heap of stuff on the cord.
Do I?
Yeah, you do. I can't get that out from under there. I have to take absolutely everything off of there. But so no, sorry, you didn't prepare.
So at the moment, well, I'm just hand sewing at the moment. What happened to my little thingy? There you are. And the needle's right here. No, that's not the needle. Where's the needle? Just had the needle. Needle's on my dress. So what I have here is a needle puller or a needle threader. And I'm using the needle threader to needle thread. And then I go and take that and go through there. Okay, We got it. Now you want to have this part and this part, this part and this part. So you want to have both of those sections set up together like that. And then you twist it 3 times. That's how I do this. So you have your hand holding the needle and the thread. Needle and the thread. So you see the thread and the needle. You take that, wrap it around 3 times. That makes the knot. Then you go through, you tighten it, and it's already tightened. You got a knot right there. So that holds it in place. Get your thread out of the way, and then you start up again. And that holds it in place. And you keep going like that. If you guys give me like 2 seconds, I'll be right back. 2 seconds. Okay, I got the iron. And all I need to do is just iron this down a little bit. We're going to hold this needle and thread away from the iron. And we're going to iron this part right here down. So what we'll do is we'll set this and make sure it's warming up. And we're going to take this right here so it's not going to hurt everything. And we're going to iron this down. That way we can have it ironed down and then I don't have to worry about that little piece. So it's being ironed down. Then I can keep going with the hand sewing. I have a lot to do with this little thing, and I think it'll look nice once it's all ironed down. So this part's right here. We are going to iron this down right now. Nice and hot. You want to leave it on for at least a little bit of time. Bring this over and iron over in here. Check and make sure it's ironed on. It's not completely ironed on. You want it to be ironed on, so you have to be very nice and tight. I may not be the best ironer, but I am going to try my best. Nope. Maybe I have to go on this part right here. Nope. That's why I was using this to iron over. That way, so I need to hold it down for like 2 seconds. And then I need to move it over a little bit. Hold it down for 2 seconds. Hold it down for 2 seconds more. Hold it down for 2 seconds more. Get that iron up and going. Really nice and flat. Pull this back. And then you hold it down for 2 more seconds. So I'm using an iron right now, just for a second, because I'm trying to iron down the fuse. That will hold it in place. Let's see. The other part fused. This part's being a pain in the bum. So I'm right now ironing it. So it's staying down. Not quite there yet.
Well done. You dragged it out, huh?
It wasn't that bad.
Yeah, I was worried about toppling stuff everywhere. I think I'll lay down for a minute or two and recover on my sleep.
A little bit more. We're almost done with the ironing. I just needed to make certain this part is ironed. It's still being a little cantankerous. A little bit of ironing. As long as it stays in place, that's all I care about. As long as it stays in place, I'm not too panicked about it because that's all I needed is it to stay in place. Let go. Thank you. So now we're going to go down to the bottom and iron that section. And now we're going over to this side and finish this section. I am right now working on a cute little design. This is the design I'm using. It's a koala. Yeah, it's holding down. Most of it's holding down. Only part that's not holding down is the top part. Wrong one. So we're finishing that part up shortly. Much better. As long as it holds in place, and that's the big key. Because we're using this as a stiffener. You know, it stiffens it stiffens it. I think we did it. I think we're done. Okay. Now we can unplug this and put it back where it belongs. So be right back. Let me put it back where it belongs. Oh, marbles.
Hold on, I'll get it. You need 2 hands.
Yeah, I can't do it on my own. Thank you. Move.
Yeah, working on it.
Good idea. Yeah, perfect. Now this can go back where it belongs, so it's not. And we can go back to what we were doing.
Make sure there's no paper next to it.
There's no paper.
Good.
There is no paper. So we got that part done right there. This is to hold this in place. So now when I fold it, oh, that didn't get ironed very well.
Fudgesicles.
That one didn't get ironed that well. But at least we know it's most all of it is ironed. So we're going to go back to hand sewing again. I might hand sew this together with the thing so it doesn't come off. But the big key is I wanted to make certain it didn't come off. As long as it gets sewed in, I'm not too panicked about it. So we are now on to this little section here. We are finishing this off. Then we'll be turning it. And then we will be folding it. And then we'll be sewing it in place. And this is just basically to stiffen the seatbelt holder thing. So when you stiffen it, it tightens like this. So when you put it together, I'll show you. When it tightens, it goes like this. And you have it like that, and you have it down. You have this against your seatbelt. Your seatbelt goes through this, and it goes through this, and it holds it in place. So you do not have the cute little, but yeah, that's how it's supposed to look in the long run. So this is what it'll look like in the long run when it's all done. But first, I have to do it on the inside. So we are right now doing this. Okay, we're gonna pull this out.
I told him to stay and drive, so I just thought I'd let you know how he's going. Yeah, he still does a bit of work on the farm, and his wife is doing work.
Thank you, dear.
He said, when you passed away, when you drive. Yeah, I never heard that a few years ago. He said it's 3 or 4 years.
And that just puts it all together, and gets it nice and tight. Because I'm right now working on the whole thing, so it looks like it's holding in place. Because once I do the turning, that's where it's going to get interesting. I left a hole here for me to grab through to go on the inside there. There we go. We wanted that to be definitely nice and tight right there. So we go here and here. Keep going all the way around. You want it to stay nice and tight all the way around. Which I am trying to do. So at the moment, I'm making certain that nothing is like being weird. Okay, that's good. So it goes all the way around. All the way around. Nicely all the way around. I'm making what you call a seatbelt adjuster. Has anyone ever had problems with your seatbelt going against your neck and hurting your neck? Give me a thumbs up if you've ever had that happen. I have. I have lots of times. Well, I made a special seatbelt adjuster for myself. My husband doesn't have problems with it because it doesn't go, it goes on his shoulder. Mine goes on my neck. When it goes on my shoulder, it rubs against my neck. So this one is definitely a thing I need. So I was like, I can give you guys the pattern. Well, issues of the tall too. Seriously, I'm 5'9", but oh my word. It goes against my neck. It hurts my neck. And the thing is, I tried everything to think of how to keep that thing off my neck, if that makes sense. So yeah, I'm 5'9", which is a tall woman, and it goes right it doesn't go on my shoulder. It goes against my neck and then to my shoulder. And it's like, okay, I'm done with this. So I looked around to see if I could find not a recipe. I originally had something made from, I guess, China. And I bought one of these seatbelt adjusters for children. Well, I was like, this would be a good product for adults because there are people who are short or people who are tall, just like me, who have seatbelts rubbing against your neck. And it's like, this hurts. Exactly. It's like right on the side of my neck. It's not at the jugular, but it's right at the side of my neck. And I'm like, I'm not gonna have this anymore. Yeah. I don't know where it is. It's like right at the side, right near where my shoulder is, but it's right at the side of my neck. And every time it rubs, it's like, ow, I don't like you. Get off of me. So that's what I go through. So I was like, okay, enough is enough. You are staying there. Now stop being a pain. And you are going right here. Okay, so anyways, what I'm doing here is I'm making a adjuster. because of the fact that I have that problem, and I know I have that problem. I've been putting, I guess you could say plastic bags. I'll actually take a piece of plastic bag, the what is it called? And I'll actually tie it around the seatbelt at the bottom to pull it away from my neck. I'm like, there has to be a better way. There has to be. So that's what I'm doing. If you're curious what I'm making, why I'm making it, it's because of a seatbelt that just is a pain in the bum and rubs against my neck. And it gets so uncomfortable. I can tell you how many times, hon, have I pushed that seatbelt away from my neck.
Mm-hmm.
And it has to be at the waist side, like, where you're at your waist. It has to be at the waist. So that's what I'm doing. So we got this part right here completely done. We're just finishing up over here, and then I have to go all the way down to here. Once we're done there, I'll flip it around, and you see that gorgeous little thing. I'll flip it around. Will you stop moving? Talking to my camera. Stop moving, camera. I'm not happy with you. So I have a swiveling camera for some reason. But do you guys agree? If something's against your neck, you need to take care of it. So that's what I'm doing. I'm making, I know this looks like a kid's thing, but it's actually for an adult. They have it set up for children. That's what this other one was for, was a child. I made it more of an adult size, and I made it more of a adult look, if that makes sense. Because it does bother me. I was like, this is kind of crazy. So I may be 5'9", but it goes against my neck. I hate it. I hate the seatbelt when it hurts your neck. Just hate it. And other people agree. This is just a handmade item. Handmade, hand sewn. I don't have a sewing machine like everyone else has, because in my father-in-law's home, it's too small. There's not enough room, so I can't put up my sewing machine. So I thought, hand sewing, why not? I'm good at hand sewing. I hand sewed my robe, didn't I? Didn't quite turn out all the way I wanted it to, but I did hand sew it. I would say about 99% of it was hand sewed, except for the hem. Everything else was hand sewed. And I will hand sew another robe. I actually have a plan to hand sew a robe in front of you guys. Okay, this is being a little cantankerous. So what I usually do is, after I make certain I do that, I make certain it's not tangled, and then I go to the next one. But hand sewing's not a bad deal. And who knew hand sewing would take at least almost an hour and a half. Although I did do a little bit of ironing. But hand sewing does take about an hour and a half. Now, will I put a binding? Yes, I plan on binding it. Oh, Murgles. Okay, fine. I knew how to take care of that, didn't I? And I think it's very relaxing too when you hand sew stuff. Sometimes you don't have a sewing machine, or sometimes you're in a situation where you can't use your sewing machine. So hand sewing is another roundabout way of handling things. I will do a full-on hand sewing of a robe. The one I want to do is the one with the arms, and it's going to be a katana. It's a robe still, but it's a katana. Another thing I would love to learn how to do is cross stitch. Don't know how to do it. I have the cross stitching stuff, but I don't know how to do it. Once I learn about it, I'll probably love it just as much as I love Cricut, or I love hand sewing, or I love crocheting. I want to be well-rounded when it comes to my crafts. Diamond painting is so easy, it's not funny. Resin work is fun too, but it's dangerous. Resin, you have to wear certain type of garments, you have to wear natural gloves, you have to wear a lot of different things. You have to wear a robe, not a robe, but yeah. By the way, I actually am planning on making my apron or robe for resin work. I even have the pattern if you like to see that. Would you like to see that? Let me finish this one little section up. Then we will be turning it, and we will finish the outside of it. You have a lot to do in this. But I wanted a little bit of a break. I needed that little bit of a break from the snowflakes. I think you guys can understand that. Sometimes it gets not tedious. I don't know what the word is I'm trying to say, but it gets, I guess the word is monotonous, isn't it? And I thought I had enough, but I didn't. But we are close. We are close. I want to have it as close to this as possible, to the end right here. So I have this much left to do of hand sewing down to there. So anyway, as I was just saying, so the reason why I'm doing it this way. Oh, you're too big. You're better. Yeah, you're much better. And I'm using a threader, and I actually like this threader than the other threader. You know, people have threaders, and they have those really, what is it called? Those really thin threaders. I actually like this busty thing right there. That's my threader. And it's an amazing threader at that. Okay, here we go. I think we'll be good here. So, like I said, I needed something against this little thing in the car called a seatbelt, because it hurts my neck. I don't normally complain about neck, but it really does hurt my neck. And it's like, okay, I gotta take care of this before it gets too late. I need to take care of this. So that's what I'm doing. I'm taking care of it, and hopefully no more pain. No more neck pain. It's not that I have neck pain per se. It's just those things that they have is not good for someone who's short or even tall. And I have one of those older vehicles. It's and the seatbelt just goes against your neck. Ow. So yeah, I understand how you feel, Audie. I was like, I'm going to take care of this. Thought it was a brilliant idea. Most of the sewing is like really small, little small movements. As you can tell, there's like little small ones. It's a little uneven, but it'll work for what I need. I am not, I just, like I said, I don't have my sewing machine. I have a sewing machine, but I can't get the sewing machine in here for live sewing. I can't do I don't have I have like a standing still camera, which is not, and it's not even an autofocus one. It's not even an autofocus. I don't like it when it doesn't autofocus. It makes it rough. Because usually when it autofocuses, it just comes out gorgeous. And people usually can see what I'm doing, and even I can make it get closer and let you guys see the intricate details and stuff. But this camera does not autofocus. So we'll see what we can do. So I'm right now finishing this up. Okay, so we're getting closer to the bottom. Right now in Australia, they're having the holidays. We had the King's birthday here, which was kind of strange because I think the King's birthday is some other time, but they have to officially celebrate his birthday, so they made it 2 days ago. One more spot, I think, and then I think we are done with the hand sewing. I think right here, because you want to have enough room to do the turning. Yeah, I think that's where I wanted it. Okay. And then what I do is I go under this do a flip, pull it in. Same here. Under this, do a flip, turn it in, go under the same thing again, flip, turn it in. And there we go. That is the main part of the sewing. I have other sewing to do on it. Now, we take the scissors. We take the shears, the scissors, whatever you call it. We take it, we cut the edges. Make sure you don't cut into the thread. Because you don't want to cut your thread. This makes it easy. Where am I? Oh, there we are. This makes it easy to flip it. You don't want to touch your thread. Trust me when I say that. So I'm right now cutting the little sections here to make it easy to flip it. You don't want to cut right through the thread. Trust me on that. Or that ruins every chance you have to get this done right. And you want to count how many you have, and not count how many you have, but check how far apart you want it. Like for me, I want it this far apart. So I'm checking it and I'm like, okay, it's right there. Flip right there. Cut right there. Take a breather from the cutter. Thank you. And keep cutting. To make this easier to flip. Or I know I'm saying flip, but what I mean is you want to be able to turn it a lot easier. And that's what I'm doing is I'm checking everything out, making certain I have it. Because if you cut through the thread, then all your work that you did is minute. So you get close to the thread, but not on the thread. Where am I? Right here. Because if you cut in the thread, you unravel all the work you've worked on. And Audie, you can easily make one for yourself. I can send you the pattern if you like. Basically, I took something I already owned and made a pattern of it and then decided to do it. Okay, so we just cut all the way around the thread. Now, what you want to do is you want to flip it. So to do that, you have to go under, pull it through, pull it through, pull it through under. Mergles. Keep going. It'll be fine once it's done. Now, we have it in. We have it in. Now what you want to do is you want to take your hand and you want to flip and make certain it all stays in place. Now that that's done, as you can tell, it's pretty much done. You want to sew this word in, this inward. So you want to take this part right here and this part right here. So you want to take this part right here, this part right here, and you want to put a, okay, there. Okay, so here's the thing right here. You want to take your pin, stick it right in here, go like that. Then you want to go on the other side, do about the same amount. You don't want it too much, but you don't want it too little. You want it exactly the right size as the other side. And you take your pin without the thread and you stick it right here just to hold it in place. Then all you do is you just get it all organized. Okay. And this will prevent, like, this will hold it in place. It'll make it look really good. It'll look, get out of my way, please. Get out of my way. Sorry, I'm talking to things that's on my desk that's trying to get in my way. And then you go here and you do the same. And that holds it in place. Now, we're not done yet. We're not done one bit. We're not done at all. Now, this is what it looks like. This looks like nothing right now. It looks like it's just a piece of, just give me a moment and I will pull this up a little bit just so you can see it. This looks like, well, I don't know, a headrest or something. But actually it is what it is. It is exactly what I said it would be. You go and do that and then it's done. Now we're going to do what you call a hidden stitch. So what we need to do is go in and go into this little section right here. now that we got it, and we want to take this so we're going to go and pull this in through here. Now we're going to pull this inward in here so it stays in there. Because we don't want to see that little part right there. Then you go over here. Okay, I'm going to do it a different way because it's being a little cantankerous, so we will do it this way. Excuse me, go in. Thank you. We're going to do what you call a special type of stitch. I think I like that. And you take it like this. And then go to the next one. About here. You take this. And you mix it and it's nice and tight. Might have been doing this wrong. Hold that dot. It's just me in a pain in the bum. Okay. You can go right underneath here. And we'll redo you. I think I figured out what I did wrong. I didn't need a whole lot, but yeah, I think I figured out what I did wrong. So you go in here, do that little thing, go in underneath. Pull this thing out. Ow. That gets out, and then just grab this one out right here. We'll do this correct this time. So the first thing you want to do is you pull in here. Try again. You pull in here. Okay. Then you go over here to the top right here and go here. Okay. Sorry about that. It started slow. Okay. Now, we are right now going to be sewing across. So what I just found out is I did it wrong. So we're going to do it this way. Then we're going to do this. And then we're going to do this one right here. And we are going to do this right here. And this is called a basket stitch. So we're doing what you call the basket stitch. And you keep going this basket stitch, going all the way around. Still holds it in place, but it looks pretty good. So we go here. I just got rid of the viewer thing. The person who tried to do that hidden viewer thing. I got rid of it. Because that's not what we do. I don't do videos to get, I don't pay for viewers. I never did. I've had this YouTube for 5 years. Well, actually starting 6 years now. But yeah, 5 years, 6 years. So I'm doing the blanket stitch at the moment. It's just the bottom part. It's not a big deal. And anyways, I plan on putting a binding right in this section. I'm doing pretty good on it too. I think I'm doing very well on it. What do you think, Audie? Do you think I'm doing really well on this? We're just closing up the bottom part. That way it's not and it's going to be on the very you want it to be secured. So I did that. I think it looks really good. This is called the blanket stitch. You can see the blanket look to it. That's an endearment term for someone who's an embroiderer person. So what we're going to do is we're going to close this off right here. one more time. We're going to pull it down. Going to pull it into that little section right there, and it holds it in place. And it doesn't look like a mess. I didn't do enough thread, so we have to do another threading. Woohoo! I thought I had enough thread to go all the way across, but hey, that doesn't look half bad, I don't think. And it's still looking like what I'm after. And then we're going to go across this, and we're going to not crochet. We're going to sew all the way up to the top right here, from here to here. Then we're going to fix it. Sorry. And this is the part where everything gets interesting. We make certain this part right here goes against this part right here, and this part right here. And this is the area you want to have pinned so you can sew right into that. Then all we need left, if I look at this, it gives me an idea where to set this. So we have the thing right here. We need to set it up here. So I need to put two little tulips here, and it'll get. And that's what this looks like. By the time everything's said and done, might do one right up in here too. I have 3 of them, so that'll work. Whew, I'm happy with how it's turning out. I think it's turning out really good. But I'll redo it. All the way across. So we need enough thread to go all the way across this time. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go here, and I'm going to pull it about this much. This is sewing thread. This is usually used on your sewing machine. I'm using it for hand sewing. These are my new scissors. What do you think? I like them. This is my threader I'm using. If I can get my threader. Come on, threader. There you are. And my needle. Where's my needle? Just saw the needle. What did I do with the needle? Did it fall down here? Or did it fall on the ground? Normally doesn't fall on the ground at all. Where's my needle? Just had the needle like less than 2 seconds ago. Not the needle. Is that the needle? No, that's not the needle. That's not the needle. There's the needle. Found the needle. So anyways, as I was just explaining, they use these sometimes for child seats, or for when a child is sitting in the front seat. And I'm talking about like a 9-year-old. So just making sure I got the right needle thing. Okay. There's the needle. No, I just had the threader. I just brought down the threader. Ha! Found ya. Stay on page. Don't leave. Thank you. So we had this. We had the threader. Now, what I use is, this is one of those very nice threaders. I don't like using the other threaders because those threaders break lots of times. Those ones with the wire, they break a lot of the time. So I like using these threaders because this is for someone who has big bulky hands. And I have a big bulky hand. Yay, we got it. So we got this part right here. This part right here. And you're trying to make certain you got the right size. Now, what I usually do with this thread is I'll actually, instead of making, you know how other people like making like a little knot in it? I have a certain way I like doing my knots. So I take my hand right here. There's the two threads right there. I grab it like this, wrap, wrap, wrap. So you wrap it about 3 times. And when you do, you get a natural little knot right there. A natural little knot right there. Do you see the knot? A natural one. Now I'll go back in here and I'll pull it up this way, because I want it to go under. There we go. Then I'll go back into the little section and I'll take this and I'll, don't you dare even think about that. Okay, the knot didn't hold. Now the knot hold. That was fun. Okay, so there's the knot right there. Nope, the knot's not there yet. Oh. Are you in now? Are you finally there? Okay, it's there now. That took a little bit of time. Sorry about that. So, I just did the knot. The knot is at the bottom. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this exactly where it was before, and we're going to go across. Same spots as it was before. Go across. Don't you dare do that. Go there. Go across. Go here. Go across. Don't forget, at the very bottom, we will fix it with a binding. So it will be bound. Probably with a cute little blue color binding. I don't have green color, so I'm going to have to do like a light blue color binding. But it'll hold it in place, and that's a big key right here, is we want this to be held in place. And as you can tell, it's holding it in place. And keep going all the way across. Nice and smooth. Keep going across. Look for each and every one of them that you already created. And it doesn't look bad on the bottom. I like how it looks over here, but we will fix that up soon. You guys can let me know if you like the project I'm making today. It's a little bit easier than the snowflakes at the moment. I still don't think I have enough yarn for the. Well, actually, I found some more blue, so I might have enough yarn for the project I'm doing. Maybe I do have enough. I'll have to look. But this helps me know I'm doing it right, and I'm feeling good about myself on the sewing. Sewing's not looking bad, so I'm not complaining. And it just holds it in place. And then when you're sitting in your seatbelt holder, your adjuster, it's a little, I won't say it's flimsy, but it's not, padded. But I don't want it really that padded, if that makes sense. The padding was nice, but what happened here? Oh, okay, there we are. I was looking for the right spot. So overall, I think it's going to turn out okay. I'm very excited about it, to be honest. And hey, it's my own well, not my own invention. I used it from this thing right here. This is the original. But which one do you like better? Do you like mine better, or do you like theirs better? Tell me which one you like better. This one, or do you like this one? Told you I would make it. Didn't I, Audie? So that's amazing. That'll look great when it's all done. So we're going to keep going across to finish it up. And I'm going to do a double going across. And just keep going across. Keep going across. And this is gonna prevent those nasty neck. I guess in a way you could call it a neck rash done by ow, that really hurt. A neck rash because when you get those, when it rubs against your neck, it's like, ow. You can use any, I would use cotton if you wanted to go this route. Myself, I use cotton because it's going around me or on me. This Friday, I plan on working more on the cute little fairy dragon. Hopefully getting the arms done. If not that, I'll work on the wings. I have to redo the face because the face got distorted. It flattened, sadly. So making it's not that hard, but you know. We're getting there. Okay, I'm making sure this stays nice and flat. Might have to use this to help me keep it flat. Because while I'm working on this, I don't like having the thing getting untangled, you know what I mean? So now I can see where I'm at. And this will help me get this in this. Much better. So we're doing a double whammy of it. We're getting closer to the edge where I wanted to be at. Because after this, we will be doing a sewing all the way across. Sewing all the way across. And we're almost there. Do it one more time. Now, how I end this is I'll actually go underneath one of these little areas right here. Do a single thing like that. Then I'll go under and I'll actually pull it out somewhere else so my thread won't get lost. And it holds it in place. You see that? That's how that came out. And that turned out really good in my book. That turned out really good because then we now can do the rest of the sewing. Okay, so the way we want it to go is we want this to be folded. Now this is going to go around my body like this. So we want to make certain this is folded like that. Like this goes against this goes against this. So we want to make certain this part and this part just meshes well. So we have it set up like this. I think that will look good because it's just going to go against my body like this. And I think this will be the front. I think this, let me double check something. Yeah, this will be the front. Let me see something. Which way? It's upside down, Jane. Did I go backwards? Yeah, it's a little backwards, but that's fine. It's upside down, but hey, it still will work. I would still be able to see it, so that's fine. Now, we need to sew in between this whole thing right there. So, we're going to go for the next thing. Ow. Why does this happen? Done. So now we go in the middle right here. What I'm going to do is set it up. Yeah, I think that's how I'm going to do it. It's going to be a double setup. So I'm going to make it about this long. I'm going to take this because that will help me it's okay because it's for me. It's not for anyone else. It's for me. So even if even if the pattern is upside down, it's still a koala. See, this is the pattern. It's upside down because for me, and when I'm looking at it, this is the side it has to be on. And Murgles. This is the side it has to be on, and it will be done like that. But even if it's laying down, I'll still see the koalas looking up at me. So it's no big deal. So right now I am looking for this part. Whoops. Yep, that part right there. So we would do that. And then I'll take this right here. I'll aim this like this. 1, 2, 3. It tightens it right in this little section right there. Now what we're going to do is we're going to hope it goes underneath. Because what we're going to do is this is going to be the bottom part. Okay, so there we go. Now what we're going to do here is we're going to go under this, then we're going to go this way. This. And we're going to go across. And we're going to go this. And we're going to go across. So what I'm aiming for is this is going to go across up here. So this. That. Wrong spot. That. This. Then this. And this. And it just tells you where it's at. And so when you have this, it just folds right at the area that you need it at. So you can put it on. You'll see what I'm doing. And this also holds the fusible part of it to the other area. And then after this, we get to put on the other part. And it just holds it in place. It shows you where the and it holds it into place, like it holds it trying to think how to explain it. It keeps the fold in it. That's what I'm trying to say. Okay, you're not being nice to me. Why not, thread? And you just want to keep going until you're at the very end. Make certain you have it right there. Then you go right here, pull it up, and go in. And in. and in. And see, it'll hold it right in place, and it shows you exactly where the fold's supposed to be. So that's kind of cool. I think that's why they did it, is so it's easy to fold. Go here and push down. Nope, push down. Thank you. And you pull all of it in. And it's looking good. I think it's looking pretty good. And once you're done here, it'll look really good in your then you just bring it with you when you go in other people's cars, and you have it with you at all times. And it still holds it in its little fold. So you're trying to get it to look like it's folding over. I don't regret making it upside down. It doesn't matter. As long as I have something to keep my seatbelt from going around my neck or on my neck. Some people don't have that problem, but there are people who are small or short, and the seatbelt will bother their neck. Well, you met someone who's tall, and the seatbelt bothers her neck. So I was like, I'm done with this. Exactly. It functions. And that's what we're aiming. We're aiming for it to function. I was hoping it would be, straight down like this, but whatever. I messed up. I messed up on the cut, but that's okay. It's upside down, but it still functions. And that's the key. You want it to function. Looks cute, and it functions. And we are almost done with that part. And then we finish it off with the sewing of the other part. So here we go. I'm just visualizing, looking at this one. They have it like in the middle. I'm going to figure it out. Don't really want it in the eye, but whatever. So I love the look of it. I think this is going to look really cute. It's going to work, and it's functional. Yeah, I thought it was a good one, and it gave me a little breather from the snowflakes. Not that I don't like doing the snowflakes, but guys, it's a tedious task, the snowflakes. It's a tedious task. Help. So, yeah, long story short, I did it because I had to take a breather from it. After having, doing snowflakes for so long, it's like, Okay, and as you can tell, this is where it is in the back. Now what I want to do is I want to go through that little section right there, and then I want to do under. There we go. And then pull it through this so it never comes out. It's a hidden, it's something I learned on Instagram. And that can be cut right here. That looks good. And that helps you know what I did. So here's the part. It's upside down. I'm not worried about it, but it's upside down. But this is the part where this goes on here. So if you look at this, the flat part, this part right here, like that. The flat part, like this right here, folds over like this, and the thing goes right here. So we're going to put this little part right here into this little section right here so we know where it goes. So what we're going to do is we're going to put one right here, one up here, and one over on the side right here. So this is just to show me where to put them. And one right here. Now, are you excited about seeing what I'm going to use? Hopefully it's still in here. I carry everything with me 24/7 in my wallet. Now, it should be in here. I remember seeing it. Okay, it's not in that section. It's in this section. Should be in this section. Welcome to the item I'll be using. So I'm thinking that will go right there. But it gives me an idea exactly where I want to set it. So it's like right there where the triangle area is. There's a triangle here, here, here. So that's where I'm going to set it. Now, this can be set on the bottom and the top. So this goes here in that section right there. And that's where else. And I'm going to do something like a little flower on the top. So what do you think? Do you like it? Do you like the idea I had? I think it will work. I think it'll be functional. And I think, let me see. This goes on the bottom. So we need to make certain we have it. And we want it like right about here. So this one goes right there. I wish I could put like a little marker. I'm glad you like it. It'll actually save you all your problems. It really will. For people who are having problems with the seatbelt, it will save you from all your problems. So that's just telling me where to set it. That. And then this one. Just let me see how to do this. I apologize. I'm trying to figure this part out. How the heck do you sew this on? It's supposed to be sewed on, but how? That part goes right here. Like that. That part goes there. That goes there. Sorry, I'm just trying to figure out where to set this up. This has to be on the bottom. And this has to be on the top. Yeah. About here. So we have it right here, and we have to make certain they both click together. So right now I'm doing a visual of this together. And that will help me know where to sew it. I want to sew it right here. So this one would be down to here. Okay, let's do this. I'm not best at sewing these things. Okay, that holds it in place like that, and that will hold it in place like that. And I think if I do it just right, see, this goes here. Sorry guys, I'm just trying to figure this part out. This goes right here. That holds it in place. Okay. Okay. Okay, let's do it. This is going to be fun. I'm not one of those good sewing people when it comes to sewing around this thing. So, what we're going to do is we're going to take the thread. We need it long enough so it can be sewn in that other section because that part needs to be done. So this will be done right here. You have to position just right, you know. You have to position it just right. I think I have it positioned in the right spot. So what we're going to do is, where's my thread? My threader. My threader. My threader. And you take it right here. And you take it like this. And you go like that. And you want it just long enough. Okay. Now, we're doing it, guys. We're finally doing this lovely little seatbelt holder thingy. It's called a seatbelt adjuster. It's one I made. It's going to be made for me and me only. Okay, so I'm going to go in through this little section right here. And I'm going to go in right here. And I'm going to just pray I do it right. Okay. Why did you move? Pain in the bum. Okay. Now let's do it. We got it. We finally got it going now. Why didn't you go in the thing? Finally, we're in. Now we're in. That's to keep it nice and tight because you don't want it to come apart. Go through the same little hole. Where's the hole? Where are you, hole? Okay, that's nice. And the struggle is real, guys. The struggle is real. Come on, come on, come on. Yay, I got it. Now it's in. Okay. So you want to get it as tight as possible. You don't want to have anything in the way. So what I'm going to do is this thing is going to be wrapped around that. And that holds it in place. Now, we're going to do it one more time in the same spot because you want to have it in the same place. Why is this being a little cantankerous? So we want it tight. We don't want it to come apart. Then we go here and we go into that little section. You make certain it does not get tangled. You don't want it to get tangled. Trust me on that. Got it. Okay, so we finally got it in. And we're going to put it in again. And it holds it in place. You keep going in here. You go in here. Where is it? It's called getting this in order first. There we go. And then you tighten it. And you do it like that. And then you go to the next one. You go here. And then you go. Sorry. I think I was supposed to do 3 each, wasn't I? Okay. Now, where is that little dilly bobby of a hole? Finally, I found the hole. Sorry, bad saying, but that was hard trying to get the thing in to hold it in place. Okay, so we just got this section right here. This one right here. It's not bugging the area that I'm going to have right here. So it's not bad. And don't have your hairs in it. Don't have your hairs in it. Got it. And then you tighten it onto this. So you want to keep going all the way around, and you want this tight. You don't want it to be ripped off or anything. So you tighten it. You look for that little section of the hole. And then you push this down and you tighten it right there. And then you turn it. Because you want it to be exactly where you need it at. And then you, oh, no wonder it didn't go through. And then you go right here. Yeah. Then you go right here. Hold that dot tight. Right here. And then you want to go through that little hole right there. Is it perfect timing? Yeah, I'm trying to get it all done. And you go again right here. And you look for that dang little spot. Whoever told you this part was easy? Got to be kidding me. 8 minutes. Cool. I'm doing really good then. You know what? We'll just go over here. At least I can see what I'm doing. So we'll do it that way. Okay. And that holds it in place. Woohoo! But the struggle is real. The struggle is real. Okay, there we go. And one more time. That is looking good. And the struggle is real. So we go here and we go back into the little spot. If we can find that hole. There we go. There you go. That finishes this one off. This finishes this part off. I'm going to tell you, it was a struggle trying to get this thing in. It's a little setup. But now you can go underneath. No. Go all the way underneath. Pull it through there. Same setup. You go underneath this one. And you pull it right here. And you keep getting it nice and finished. You go underneath that one, pull it through that. Go underneath this one, pull it through this. Go over here, pull it through this. Do it again. Pull it through this. And it just holds it in place. It holds every single part of this in place. I am so happy I did this though. I'm very happy I did this. And it's beneficial for people who have that situation where their necks are getting bothered by the Marigolds. Go in. Thank you. And that ends it up there in nice, and it's all sewn in. I also want to go across and fix it right here. And I want to tighten it right in there. 1, 2. And then one more time right here. 1, 2. It stays underneath and it tightens it underneath. So it stays very tight. What's going to be probably the hardest one for me is this part right here, the snap. And we are done with this one, I think. I was just trying to make certain it's nice and tight. And it's not underneath, but it's, yeah, I want it underneath. Nice and tight. There you go. So that's all on right there. Not the prettiest looking thing, but hey, it holds it in place. Right. So that's all fixed right there. Now, this is the area you want to pay attention to, the snap. So the snap is right here. So you need the snap to go here. So how do we get the snap to go there? I want to make certain the snap goes where it needs to go. And we'll put the other one right here so I know where it needs to go. And it helps me know what I have to do. And it keeps it pretty much the way I want it. Make certain the snap goes here just to verify. We want it at the right spot. So if I did this, this needs to be moved a little bit. About right here. Now let's put this little thing right in here. This is going to be fun. This might need a different, I might need a different one. This is going to be fun. So I think I'm going to sign off, but hey, I got a lot done today. I'm very happy to say that this will be used when I go on our trip. And I have a little thing to hold it in. So if you like my video, please give me a thumbs up. Please subscribe. If you haven't subscribed, please ring the bell so you know when I upload another video. And last but not least, please comment. Love you guys. Thank you, Audie, for always being there when I need you. I think I'm doing okay on this. I'll finish it up and then I probably will take a picture of it and put it on Instagram for everyone to see. Okay. Many blessings and shalom, guys. And I'll see you on Friday when I work on the I'll see you on Friday